So welcome back to another episode. This one is going to follow on very much from the trip that I did in the late winter, early spring, down in West Cork, down around Sheep's Head Peninsula and also the Bear Peninsula. And it's similar in reasoning as well as location. The reason is I need to get down to my dad. I want to take him to see somebody. The trouble is that that's 260 miles away, so we're going to be doing over 700 miles in a few days, and 1,000 kilometers, whatever it is. I'm not particularly looking forward to the driving aspect of this. I just love if I can get 2 for 1 out of anything, whether it's something I'm buying or something I want to commit to. If I can see 2 reasons why it works, it's just easier to go all in on it. And so looking forward to seeing my folks, but I want to get some wild camping, get away from all this and get out west, get that wilderness feeling again and top up. So to that end, I'm going to do some wild camping places very close to where I grew up, close to where I've been 100 times before, but I've never been to these places before. So I'm looking forward to finding them, seeing how I get on, and also how it works in summer. I nearly prefer doing this in the winter because in the winter just the weather and the wild is more powerful, and it just seems to get its claws into you the way you want it to. And then it felt like I had the whole wild Atlantic way to myself when I was doing it in the winter. And it doesn't feel like that in summer because everybody else knows it's like very beautiful, and the whole Bear Peninsula is in bloom. I've never seen the heather as bright as it is this year, and everything else besides. I think it's all the rain we got earlier, so we'll get down there and enjoy it, but everybody else is doing it too now. So you have that sort of conflict where you pull into what you think is going to be a quiet corner that nobody knows about, but they're all on apps now. It's all on Park for the Night and everything else, so it doesn't matter how hidden your little place is, it's not hidden anymore. So there's that feeling when you pull in, somebody else is already set up for the night, that you're intruding, because like me, they're all trying to escape from this. So we'll see how we get on. I've got a few beautiful camps. I hope you'll enjoy them. Come along for the ride.
You arrived with good intention and you never meant to leave. I handed you my secrets and you wore them on your sleeve. Truth is, I'm a stepping stone on your way to greater things.
Heading west to the end of the Bear Peninsula is normally well over 5.5 hours. Sometimes I break that up with an overnight stop. On this occasion though, things were different. I had an early start with my father, so I needed to get further west. I found myself climbing this mountain pass in the descending fog, and I had a place in mind by an old copper mine. Country traffic proved difficult though. Getting past these sheep can be a pain because they will run from you wherever they can run fastest, and that of course in this terrain is the road ahead. I tried to let them pass more than once, but on this old road the lay-by options of ditch or cliff were a little unforgiving. Eventually I got past them and began to descend the mountain to my intended camp.
There's a ghost in the radio that keeps it on repeat. There's a demon in the bottle trying to drag me to my knees, and I can't afford.
As I approached, I could see it was already taken by a camper van. As it was already after midnight, I chose not to turn into the site and disturb them. I carried on, pondering my options. I decided on the coast. I knew a little road too small for camper vans. In that road I found very little in the way of flat places for the night. But I found a little pathway beside the road. Hardly a road, but I had passed it in winter time when the growth was down, and I knew I could squeeze in, and so I did. The night was warm. I opened the sunroof and I closed the mosquito net, and soon I was asleep. It was going to be a long day on the road bringing my dad to see a man about a dog. A good breakfast was well called for. Flasks ready and coffee brewed. A precious morning, so far from the M50, you can hardly go further in any way you choose to measure. It is, however, possible that the midges might take you still further, even over the edge. They too had their eye on a good breakfast, so I fired up my little midge machine and went back to my balcony breakfast.
When it gets too easy, time to move on. When the night gets too cold, the fire will keep me warm. Just when I can't take it anymore, the first light will dawn. I am lost to all who love me, and when the leaves cover me over, I'll return as rain and begin again. Footsteps, the mountain tells no lie.
Later that night, I decided to take the edge off tomorrow's road trip back to Dublin. I thought I would take an hour or two off the distance, head east and find somewhere in the mountains for the night. As you drive east towards Kenmare, there is a shortcut at Dowras that cuts across Cumeen over to Bunán and the Caha Pass. I hadn't been there since I was a small child, but Google Maps showed a couple of spots that looked tempting for the night, so up I went. Predictably, the first spot was already taken, but I might come back in winter. What a spot. As I crested the hill, there was another spot, but it was much steeper than I had hoped. Also, it was right beside the road, so in the end, I decided to carry on.
Son of a southern man, daughter of a free man, children of the Civil War. Blackbird on a limb, both of them diving in deeper than they've been before. And down a red dirt path, covering their tracks, strangers in the light of day. Can't fight it, can't stop, and if they get caught, it's gonna be hell to pay. So baby, meet me down by the Roanoke River, where the cool dark water meets the full moonlight. If we can sneak away, maybe we could be together. Candle by stop love tonight.
This is the Caha Pass. Here is where my first overlanding experience began, albeit unintentionally. When I was a child, my father was driving this road on a cold November night when the vehicle's battery rolled out of its housing and landed on the distributor cap with a smash. My father managed to roll the van to a halt at a lay-by. There, long before mobile phones, I spent the coldest night of my life huddled together on the metal floor. When the sun rose and my father walked off to find help that morning, I could see across to Barley Lake on the other side of the valley. It was an intriguing little spot, and its crazy switchback road leading up to it caught my eye. Tonight I would visit it for the first time and stay there. To be honest, I had a score to settle with the Caha Pass. Tonight I would be warm. I think this is the steepest tarred road I have found in Ireland. These turns are so sharp it's hard to make it around in one turn. Not a place for an icy morning drive. Arriving at night always increases the intrigue of what the morning will bring. Every turn of this climb only increased that feeling. Summer was a well-kept secret by morning, but the view was all I had hoped it would be.
Chin up, babe, tomorrow's a new year, little darling. Old Lane Sign and all the other cheers. In the moment feels just like you're here, little darling. Write your resolutions without fear, or leave them on the floor. Go and open a new door. Just keep blindly facing forward. Sun's the hottest at its core, and I warned you I get bored. There's too much to be explored, things that we cannot ignore. Drop the ball and be restored. Chin up, babe, tomorrow's a new year, little darling. Old Lane Sign and all the other cheers. Chin up, babe, tomorrow's a new year, little darling. Old Lane Sign and all the other cheers.
Looking across the valley was the Caha Pass. My score was settled. Despite the wind, as hard as it blew on the mountain and clawed the surface of the lake, and as hard as the driving rain could drive, I had still had a cosy night up there.
Baby, let the song dance within inside your soul. I ain't trying to change your mind, just feeling like you ought to know. You're a flawless melody, an octave higher than my breath. I can get you out my mind, even when I ain't got nothing left. There ain't no one keeping time. Just a foolish heart's desire, oh, to let you know. You don't have to sing with me, but the truth
sign. I am never heard a no, cause my heart just keep me out of time. Bless the spirit with the gift to help you when it is to heal. You're the music holding me close to everything that I hold dear.
What a machine.
There ain't no one keeping time. There ain't nothing on my life.
Practice makes perfect. Made the turn in one go this time. I drove a lot of windy roads this trip, and I think the advice I would give to anyone not used to Irish roads is keep an eye out for people towing invisible trailers. These people come around corners, away out in the road, presumably so that the invisible trailer won't hit the ditch and do some invisible damage. The trouble is that since you can't see their invisible trailer, you don't expect them to be taking corners quite so wide. Still, maybe I'm being unfair. Maybe they were distracted by the view. I know I was. Cheers, thank you. And so I pass the gate again and pay my ticket back into the race. But that doesn't matter. I have time on both sides now. Peter, let me know if you want a road trip again. You know I don't mind. Not one bit.